For me, collaborative practice is one of the primary ways that families can resolve differences at the time of separation and divorce and stay out of the court process.
When I had split with my wife, I wasn't really sure as to how to go about the divorce or the settlement process. And I guess I initially went to a traditional family court lawyer and discovered that that really didn't fit with me. I wasn't looking for a confrontational type process. I was looking for something that was more, I guess, respectful and would allow the process to take into account my needs and those of my daughter who lives with me.
So collaborative law is a way of solving a family law dispute where couples focus on staying out of the court process and working within a team. That team involves the couple and their legal advisors, and can also involve other professionals such as financial professionals, counsellors or child experts. The whole process works through a series of meetings, so it's all done where possible face to face.
The advantages for me in choosing the collaborative process was that it allowed me to explain my needs to my ex and to my lawyer, Clarissa, and then I guess also to my ex's lawyer as well. And I really wanted to be heard and understood as to what my needs were. But I also understood as a part of the collaborative process that I also need to listen to what the needs of my ex were as well.
I've been a family lawyer now for about 11 years. And over that time, I've seen a lot of people experience the family court process. It's very difficult for people. It's very expensive. It's very emotionally expensive. So where possible, I firmly believe that families that are separating or experiencing divorce shouldn't be finding themselves in the family court process. The courts in Australia and judges are very skilled and do an amazing job, but for most families that are experiencing divorce and separation, there are just better ways that they can sort things out.
My family relationships, now the process has come to an end, we both myself and my ex have achieved what we set out to do, and that was to divide the property between us both, to maintain a relationship with our daughter, and I really do think that we've achieved also an ongoing relationship between my ex and I.
I often say that if I had a close family member or friend that was experiencing a separation or divorce, I would strongly recommend that they choose a collaborative process. This is because the collaborative process enables the best opportunity for a family to have a sustainable relationship as a separated family after the legal process ends. The reason for this is in a collaborative process, we're not just looking at the legal rights and entitlements of a couple, we're marrying that up with what are their actual values, their interests or their goals in life. So it's a much broader expanse in terms of the issues that we can cover, but it also means that the parties involved in that process have a much more personal settlement.
For me, it was important, to go through the collaborative process, and then more importantly for me, to have somebody like Clarissa and her team who I could rely upon, who I could trust to help me through the process. And I certainly found that through this experience. So I wouldn't hesitate to recommend the FLC and Clarissa to somebody who seeks to go through the collaborative process.
For me, one of the most powerful things that I heard recently from a client that had experienced the collaborative process was his comment that the process itself enabled his family to actually rebuild. It's probably almost surprising to think that a divorce and a legal process could help a family rebuild themselves. And I don't mean rebuild in the way of coming back together and starting their marriage again, but rebuild in a way that they were, as parents, able to support their child, a teenager, through some tricky years in her life.